Can you guys hear me? I don't know. It may be Brandon still doing something with the mask.
Thank you, Rex. Bye.
They said then turn your nat mic off when you get a second.
Woo!
Woo! Woo! Woohoo! There's a train. I like. Yes, you can. Mic check. Curtis McLeod from ETSU's campus. Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good afternoon to you. We have seen a beautiful afternoon, finally clearing out. The bad news, look at this, a freeze warning in effect overnight for the entire area. Along with that, you're finding frost. You can still go out and cover some of those tender blooms out and about tonight. Lows dip to 30. Right now, we're seeing 54 degrees in Knoxville, 51 Tri-Cities, 40s across Southwest Virginia. Viper radar quiet, but here's the good news. We are on a warming trend. 64 tomorrow, 70 for your Saturday. More on that storm team forecast coming up. News Channel 11 at 5 starts right now.
The home of Tennessee's best newscast. This is News Channel 11 at 5.
2 weeks after we first reported a couple of ETSU students had their cars stolen, 2 people have been arrested. This is News Channel 11 at 5 o'clock. I'm Josh Smith.
And I'm Sarah Diamond. Thanks for joining us tonight. The second vehicle stolen was taken from campus and has been found by police. That car, a black Infiniti, taken from the parking garage on campus and found by police more than 30 miles away in Gate City, Virginia.
Now here's video of what East Tennessee State University police believe is the crime in progress. Police said a man stole a student's backpack. The backpack had car keys inside. That suspect then was able to find the car and drive off with it.
News Channel 11's Curtis McLeod has been following the story for several weeks. He is at that garage on campus with the latest from investigators. He is going to have more in just a little bit.
The home of Tennessee's best newscast. This is News Channel 11 at 5.
2 weeks after we first reported a couple of East Tennessee State University students had their cars stolen, 2 people now have been arrested. Thanks so much for sticking with us on News Channel 11. I'm Josh Smith.
And I'm Sarah Diamond. The second vehicle stolen was taken from campus and has been found by police. That car, a black Infiniti, was taken from the parking garage on campus and found by police more than 30 miles away in Gate City, Virginia.
And here is video of what East Tennessee State University police believe to be the crime in progress. They said a male suspect stole a student's backpack that had her car keys inside. That suspect later found the vehicle and drove off with it.
News Channel 11's Curtis McLeod has been following this story for several weeks now. He's live at the garage on campus with the latest from investigators.
Yeah, at the beginning of the month, that car was stolen from this parking garage here on the campus of East Tennessee State University. And I want you to show you really quick here. Take a look. That's the camera that police believe caught that suspect driving off in the student's car. And I had the opportunity to speak with that student earlier today. While she's excited and happy, of course, to have her car back, she's still a little uneasy that the suspect police believe took her car is still out there.
There's a weird dent up here. There's a couple of dings on the door, like right here.
And that's pretty much the extent of the damage done to Andrea DeConnick's car. The last time she saw her black Infiniti was in this security camera video from ETSU police of a male suspect who was driving it away.
I was in shock. I didn't think that I would ever get it back.
Andrea told us her car was stolen when someone took her backpack. That backpack was reported stolen around 9:45 a.m. Monday, April 2nd from the Culp Center, and cameras picked up the car leaving the parking garage at 10:06 a.m. ETSU police say Andrea's car was taken from campus by a male suspect. It's unclear how the car ended up some 32 miles away in Gate City, Virginia. Police say the car was found in the possession of Walter Witt and Bethany Fields. They charged both of them with possession of a stolen vehicle.
I was lucky that it was still close and just very happy that we got it back.
Though it's been about 2 weeks since Andrea's car was stolen from this garage on ETSU's campus, police are still standing by their initial warning. They want everyone to be on alert.
You got to remember it's an open campus, so anybody can come on the campus. We try to get our community to be aware of their surroundings like we talked about the last time.
Lieutenant Mike Orr with ETSU Police says these types of crimes are not common at ETSU, but as of late, campus police have been on alert. He says the initial suspect who took Andrea's car from campus is still out there.
So that's a little concerning to me, knowing that the person that stole it is still on the loose, but I do feel better knowing that they have a lead on it.
Andrea credits social media and our news coverage for the return of her car.
I had professors that came up to me and said, hey, like multiple students of mine have shown me on their Instagrams and on their social media, and I had people tell me that they saw it on the news. So thank you guys for all of your help with that.
And back here live, you see that camera there. Police tell me they are so grateful to have tools like that, not just here at this garage, but throughout the entire campus, so that in the event that they need them, they can use those resources. Now, of course, they are working with several police agencies across the area to hopefully apprehend that suspect. We are live on the campus of East Tennessee State University tonight in Johnson City. I'm Curtis McLeod, News Channel 11 in your corner.
Curtis, thanks. And police are still urging people to help with this investigation. If you have any information that would be helpful in this case, you can call the ETSU Police Department. Well, as more problems are reported with TN-ready testing, Tennessee lawmakers are demanding action.
And State Capitol Newsroom reporter Chris Bungard tells us it even affected the state budget today.
Once again, anger and calls for action in these hallways over the TN-ready testing issues.
For a majority of our 6th grade class, they were kicked offline. Half the kids could submit it.
West Tennessee Representative Bill Sanderson read us text messages about more TN-ready test issues. They came from his wife, who is a teacher. House members held up more work on the state budget to figure out what to do with the tests so critical to student, teacher, and school evaluations.
There's a movement to hold the schools, the teachers, and the students harmless. I just don't think that's what we should do. I think we just need to abandon the tests because we've got a whole nother week scheduled. What's the point?
His passionate words echoed in the House chambers from lawmakers tired of TN-ready issues, which have ranged from login problems to submitting the tests and even a cyber attack Tuesday.
2 of my 4 counties have called asking us to suspend this failed Tennessee Not Ready system. Now I have all 4 of my counties pulling their hair out, testing. Kids are losing their answers.
In between, lawmakers huddled with Department of Education officials for answers. An Education Department spokesperson said there was a brief period where some districts experienced a slowdown, but that did not stop the outrage for the Education Department and the test vendor it hired.
We have to actually do something to hold the department and this awful vendor accountable.
Mid-Thursday afternoon, House members agreed that this year's tests would not be used for most student, teacher, and school evaluations. Adopting that amendment about the TN-ready tests allowed the state budget to pass. Reporting from the state capitol, Chris Bungard.
And when lawmakers go back to Nashville Monday, there still may be efforts to have paper testing for TN-ready.
Police continue their investigation into a shooting in North Carolina that left 4 people dead and 3 others injured. Police in Asheville confirmed today the suspected gunman is one of those dead following last night's shooting. Also among the dead, a 15-year-old boy and 13-year-old girl who each died at an Asheville hospital. 32-year-old Erica Smith was found dead inside the home about 10:30 last night. Investigators said the suspect, Maurice Garner, died at the hospital, what they say from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. 3 children between the ages of 8 and 12 were wounded in this incident. Asheville police have yet to release a motive for what sparked the shooting.
Johnson City's Board of Commissioners will meet tonight. They'll vote for a second time on an ordinance that will keep people from camping on city property. Commissioners drafted the ordinance to help deter what they call a growing problem of people camping downtown. If passed, some fear the new ordinance would force the homeless to places that are unsafe. The ordinance would only be a code issue. It would not be a criminal violation for someone who broke it. If passed tonight, it will require one more reading. The Johnson City Board of Commissioners meeting begins at 6 o'clock at City Hall.
The Washington County Veterans Memorial Foundation is looking to expand the Veterans Memorial into Phase 3. This third phase will add more black granite panels, which will include more than 1,200 names of veterans from Johnson City and Washington County. The foundation is right now in its capital campaign phase, looking to raise about $160,000, with construction set to begin this summer if the full funding is achieved. With more than 2,000 names already inscribed at the memorial, Phase 3 is a way to keep honoring our veterans.
Well, we want to be a continuous advocate of veteran service and sacrifice, and we want to have as many names of our veterans in Washington County as possible.
If you'd like to help, the foundation will be hosting a 5K race May 25th. We've posted a link for that registration on our website, wjhl.com.
Just a few months after taking over as athletics director at the University of Tennessee, Phil Fulmer has a new contract and a big pay raise. Today, the school announced Fulmer has signed a 4-year deal with UT. His pay increases annually at least $1 million. He'll receive $300,000, and that's an annual base compensation, but then there's $600,000 in pay for personal appearances and media services, plus a yearly retention bonus of $100,000. Phil Fulmer was named director of athletics at his alma mater on December 1st. As head coach at UT, he led the Vols in the '98 national championship and was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame back in 2012.
Tonight at 6, someone submitted an anonymous complaint about an area judge and alerted our community watchdog. Now that judge is pledging to make a change. We'll reveal why.
Plus, a flyer targeting 2 Washington County, Tennessee mayoral candidates accuses them of opposing a local animal shelter. We're fact-checking that claim. You'll see our report tonight at 6.
And we're holding on to clear skies. That's not good news. We are looking at a freeze and frost for tonight. The good news, we're warming up into the weekend. That Storm Team forecast coming right up. Stay right there.
First, as we head to a break, how about a free vacation? News Channel 11 and ABC Tri-Cities are giving you a chance to win an all-expense-paid trip to the American Idol finale May 21st in Los Angeles.
One lucky winner will get those American Idol finale tickets, airfare, hotel, ground transfers, and $100. The contest ends April 26th. You can register on abctricities.com or visit your local Tri-Cities Honda dealership. The winner will be announced live Monday, April 30th.
Now, Storm Team 11 Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds.
Good evening to you. We are finally seeing some sunshine. What a gorgeous afternoon now. Still a bit chilly, and if you're tired of the cold, just hang in there. We are looking at a much better weekend after we get to tonight and tomorrow night. Things are looking much better in terms of our temperatures. Right now, you're looking at our General Shale Sky Cam. That's downtown Johnson City. We are looking at partly cloudy skies. Current temperature at Tri-City Airport, 51 degrees. Still holding on to the north wind at 10. That makes it feel more like the 40s. So if you're heading out tonight, dress warmly. It's going to be a nice cold night. Unfortunately, we have freeze warnings out. Look at that, area wide, and also you're going to find frost. So you still have time to get out and protect those blooms you want to save tonight. Cover them with sheets, not plastic, because when the sun comes up tomorrow, which it will, we're looking at a nice day, it has a tendency to burn those plants, especially if you don't get it off early in the morning. So lightweight materials, as that freeze warning is in effect for the overnight with the frost as well. So take a look, freeze warning tonight, frost likely, and then we begin a nice warming trend just in time for the weekend. And it does appear overnight lows stay in the 40s from the weekend into next week. So that will be good news after we get tonight and tomorrow over with. It looks like our freeze and frost threat may be ending for a little while anyway. Let's hope for the rest of the season. All right, here's a look at Viper radar. Very quiet. Things are quieting down. 41 degrees in Wise, 55 now in Knoxville, 45 in Boone, and Hillsville still a bit chilly at 42. Our regional numbers, most every location in East Tennessee around 50 degrees, although Mountain City is at 45, 50 in Rogersville. You look to our north, look at the 40s. We've seen more cloud cover here today. It has just been a chilly day, especially our northern counties here. Grundy at 41 degrees, Abingdon at 45. So with that freeze warning in effect, keep in mind lows tonight dip down to around 30. But look at this, we're warming up. 64 for your Friday, 70 on Saturday, and a little bit of a cool down next week as we are watching rain coming back into play just in time for Monday. So again, tonight we had a freeze and frost. Tomorrow night, a possibility for frost again, maybe a light freeze for some. And to look how overnight lows increase to the 40s. That's good news. Unfortunately, though, your rain chances will be on the increase Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday of next week. So we are quieting down tonight. It's going to be cold tomorrow with high pressure building in, plenty of sunshine. What a gorgeous day. High temperatures back to the low to mid 60s. Tomorrow night, we're down to the low 30s. And then for your Saturday, absolutely beautiful with a high near 70. You notice the clouds, though. They'll be increasing on Sunday. We'll hold the rain off until late Sunday night. Better rain chance, so just in time for Monday. Looks like a wet scenario as we watch low pressure moving back into the southeast for the first of next week. Here's a look at our forecast low down to 30. Freeze warning, areas of frost as well. Clear skies, cold temperatures, light wind. Tomorrow's high at 64, mostly sunny. Check it out, our 7-day forecast. Look at these high temperatures. We could deal with that. 70 on Saturday. What a gorgeous weekend. The rain holds off until after dark on Sunday. And here it comes, a good chance of rain much of next week. This low is a slow mover, and it's just going to dominate much of the southeast most of next week. Speaking of rain, you know, it makes things muddy. Look at that. They say April showers bring, you know, mud. Right there you go. Love that picture.
Having the time of her life.
A lot of fun.
Wouldn't you like to be there when the cleanup begins? Hey, thanks for that. Thanks for that great photo. You want to have a chance to see it, send it to us, WJHL.com. Click the Pals photo and a flash link. Upload your photo if we show it on the air. You can have a travel mug from Pals. Come by our station weekdays to pick that up. You know, looking long range, I think we may be done with the really very cold air. Maybe have another shot next weekend, but we'll have to watch and see. But at least temporarily after Saturday morning, we're okay.
There's a light at the end of this
cold
tunnel.
It's been long.
Yes, it has.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Hey, you have an opportunity to enjoy 18 holes of golf and helping the hungry in our areas. At the same time, the Second Harvest Food Bank Golf Classic tees off April 23rd at Blackthorn Club at the Ridges.
The tournament begins with a shotgun start at 1 o'clock. Call the number you see there on your screen or go to the website to register. We'll be right back. Well, we wanted to check in on our Johnson City bald eagle family on the ETSU Eagle Cam, and let me tell you, the babies, they are getting big. Shima and Noshi welcomed their eaglets, you'll remember, back in February.
And we're trying to figure out, every time you look in, something different's going on.
Yes.
This is the first time the Johnson City Eagles had 3 babies. They're not expected to leave the nest until late June or early July. So we have a few months to watch them grow, and grow they really are.
Oh, they're amazing. I don't know, they're all kind of like squished together right now. It looks like nap time to me.
Yeah,
and they're not going to get any smaller. They're going to be growing and growing, and that nest is going to get pretty crowded pretty quickly.
My favorites when they drag like a dead fish up there and
I love
dinner
that.
And just eat the thing.
They should be able to, pick at that fish themselves here pretty soon, don't you think?
Yeah, they're starting to self-feed.
Well, that's good.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Stay with us. We're going to take a brief break and be right back.
Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4.
A Southwest Virginia town is gaining some national recognition as a dining destination.
Oh yeah, Abingdon has been nominated for an award as Favorite Small Town Food Scene. USA Today picked 20 small towns across the country, each with a population less than 25,000 that have really big, good food scenes. And that includes chef-driven restaurants, local flavors, and plenty of variety.
Well, Abingdon definitely has all that.
Oh,
We
yeah.
know it, and now we hope to let the world know it. They've got the bakeries and the barbecue, organic cuisine, but they do need help to win. You can vote online once per day through May 14th. At noon. That's the cutoff, May 14th at noon. We posted a link on our website, WJHL.com. You can share it on your social media there. And I was going through the list. There's some stiff competition with some big foodie cities, so let's vote.
We can do this. We can all just come together and do it.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Josh Smith.
And I'm Sarah Diamond. Stay with us. The news at 5:30 is next.
Good evening to you. We have seen some sunshine this afternoon, and unfortunately we're losing the clouds overnight. That will allow for radiational cooling. What that means to you and me, we lose the heat from the afternoon sun. It is going to be a cold night. Freeze warnings in effect. You're also looking at areas of frost. You have time to cover those plants tonight. Those blooms you want to save. That's in effect through the early morning hour as our low temperatures dip to near 30. Check it out. Wise already at 37, 50 in Jonesville, 51 degrees now, Johnson City. Here is the best news by far. After tomorrow night, Saturday morning, we are starting the warming trend with highs in the 60s through much of next week. More on that storm team forecast coming up. News Channel 11 at 5:30 starts right now.
The home of Tennessee's best newscast. This is News Channel 11 at 5:30.
New efforts to continue revitalization in Kingsport have city staff looking to improve downtown alleyways. This is News Channel 11 at 5:30. I'm Sarah Diamond.
Josh Smith, great to have you here tonight. This latest push to help enhance downtown Kingsport comes from the Office of Cultural Arts. They're working on an idea that would bring artwork to alleyways downtown.
Yeah, Elizabeth Kubel joins us now live from our Kingsport newsroom. Elizabeth, you found out the purpose of this effort extends far beyond what meets the eye.
That's right. It is absolutely no secret that revitalization is happening here in downtown Kingsport, and the people really leading the charge on this new idea to help bring some art into downtown alleyways. They tell me that would not only impact the appearance, it would not only help make these alleys more walkable, but it would also play a big role in helping improve safety. Painted on the outside of this downtown Kingsport chocolate shop, a vibrant mural.
And it shows the chocolate boxes coming out and spreading across the world.
Stretching the length of the building and drawing in people passing by.
They'll always stand in front of our building and take a picture of themselves. I would love to see art on the buildings, in the alleys, facing the streets.
And that is an idea that one day could become reality. The Office of Cultural Arts is looking at ways to enhance downtown. And one way they could, by bringing artwork into alleyways.
If you take an alleyway or a shortcut, then there might be something in those alleyways that would also be very interesting and just kind of encourage you along your way to your destination.
Making the alleys not only more pedestrian friendly, but also serving another functional purpose.
We want to enhance the space. We want to, the more eyes that are on that space, the safer it is. Often if you'll put art in a space, then you'll also increase the lighting in that space.
I think it's a great idea. The murals would make it brighter, more inviting. It would allow people to really feel welcome to walk down that alley. You know, don't necessarily have to stick to the main streets.
And it's input like that cultural arts leaders are hoping for, helping determine their next move.
That's really the big goal, is to identify the areas that need to have some attention and to get input from our public about what that could be, and then to invite our artists, our creative people to help us dream and make those things happen.
Now, as you just heard there, the Office of Cultural Arts, they're really pushing for that public input. That includes what alleyways to focus on or what kind of art anyone in downtown Kingsport would like to see. So in the next few days, they're going to publish an online survey, and I'll post a link to that website that'll take you to that survey on our own website. That's WJHL.com. Live in the Kingsport newsroom tonight, I'm Elizabeth Kubel, News Channel 11 in your corner.
Elizabeth, thanks. Now, the Office of Cultural Arts is also applying for a $5,000 planning grant. They'll find out if they get that money sometime this summer.
We're covering breaking news at 5:30. The Carter County Sheriff's Office just announced has determined the identity of the man who was found dead in the Watauga River last Sunday. Investigators identified the man as 35-year-old Bobby Mobley. That identification late this afternoon. The Sheriff's Office said Mobley's mother reported him missing back in December.
Deputies were called Sunday to investigate that body found near Sycamore Shoals Drive after the body was found by a group of boys fishing in the river. Investigators say they are still working to determine how Mobley died. Well, it's time to recap our other top stories here in the Tri-Cities tonight at 5:30.
And 2 people have been arrested after car thefts on the East Tennessee State University campus. Here's video of a student's car being stolen from the parking garage at ETSU April 2nd. The car was found about 30 miles away in Gate City, Virginia, that's Scott County. 2 people were arrested and charged with being in possession of a stolen vehicle. ETSU police, though, say they are not the suspects who stole the car. Police say that suspect is still on the run tonight.
Tonight at 6 o'clock, the Johnson City Commission will meet, and on the agenda, the second reading of an ordinance that would keep people from camping on city property. Commissioners say it is an effort to deter the growing problem of people camping in that downtown area. Some fear the ordinance would force the homeless to go into areas that are not safe.
And the Washington County, Tennessee Veterans Memorial Foundation hopes to expand the memorial. A third phase of granite panels would include about 1,200 names of veterans from Johnson City and Washington County. A capital campaign's underway. They want to raise about $160,000 to pay for the expansion.
Tributes continue pouring in for former First Lady Barbara Bush, who passed away on Tuesday. Her hometown of Houston, Texas, lit up City Hall with blue last night. Houston says it will remain lit in Mrs. Bush's favorite color through Saturday when her funeral is scheduled. Former President George W. Bush says his mother was feisty right to the end.
And the day before she died, I said, "Mom, I just want you to know you've been a fabulous mother and I love you dearly." And she said, "I want you to know that you're my favorite son on the phone."
Barbara Bush's funeral Saturday is by invitation only. First Lady Melania Trump plans to attend, as well as the Obamas and the Clintons.
And today, a Tri-Cities sheriff shared his fond memories of the former First Lady with us. Sullivan County Sheriff Wayne Anderson said he was part of Barbara Bush's security detail when she had a speaking engagement in Bristol in 2000. Sheriff Anderson said despite her fame, Mrs. Bush was down to earth that day and friendly with everyone she met.
I can see why America fell in love with Barbara Bush. I really can. She's a very amazing lady, easy to talk to. It's just like being with your own grandmother. And so I had a wonderful night that night, and I've never forgotten it.
Sheriff Anderson shared a personal letter with us that he got from Mrs. Bush 2 days after he got to meet her. She thanked him for his help while she was here in the Tri-Cities.
Well, coming up, we're going to share the inspiring story of a local breast cancer survivor.
And coming up after the break, we're going to introduce you to a woman racing to create a better future for others facing that terrifying diagnosis. That's next on News Channel 11 at 5:30. There is a big event happening here in the Tri-Cities this weekend. Very important, the Komen Tri-Cities Race for the Cure.
Always a wonderful event. Allie Hines shares one of the thousands of stories represented this weekend. Stories of survival, loss, and fighting for a cure.
It's 2009. 37-year-old Megan Schmidt sets out on a journey to lose weight. She started training for a half marathon, lost 50 pounds.
I was, fit, I was healthy, I felt wonderful.
One day after a run, she noticed something, a lump on her breast.
I think the news I wasn't prepared for at that young age, and as well as I feel, was that I had stage 3 breast cancer.
But that's exactly the news she heard.
I said to her, do you think I'll be able to run this half marathon?
From there, surgeries, chemo, medications.
I think the lack of control was the hardest thing and the hardest battle that I experienced.
Soon she became less concerned about crossing the half marathon finish line and more concerned about another milestone.
And I suddenly realized one of those points, I don't even know if I will get to turn 40.
But she did get to celebrate that 40th birthday, and 5 more since then.
Oh my gosh, it's another birthday, and I say, I used to feel that way. Now I celebrate every one of them.
Now each year she leads a team in the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure, under a team name she came up with in the hospital in the middle of her treatments.
We were coming up with multiple different names, and of course my last name is Schmidt. And I think I looked at my dad and I'm like, Schmidt happens.
This weekend, she will lead her 9th team at the race.
He's looking at how many survivors there are, and that puts a smile on my face because it means what we're doing makes a difference.
Each year, making sure more people cross the finish line as a survivor. Allie Hines, News Channel 11 in your corner.
And on April 15th, Schmidt celebrated 8 years of being cancer-free.
That is awesome.
Yes.
And as Allie reported, she's going to lead that team again this year with that awesome name in the Tri-Cities Race for the Cure. And that race is Saturday in Kingsport. It's at the Center for Higher Education.
Events begin at 7:30 in the morning. You can still register. Just visit our website, wjhl.com.
We've got a beautiful afternoon and a nice evening on tap, but it's going to be cold, frost and freeze for the overnight, but we warm up into the weekend. That Storm Team forecast is coming up. Also, it's Tails and Paws Day coming up next. We'll highlight some of those animals up for adoption at the Washington County Johnson City Animal Shelter. That's coming up next. Stay right there.
If you like to hit the links and have a giving heart, we have the event just for you. How about 18 holes of golf while helping to feed the hungry in Northeast Tennessee? The Second Harvest Food Bank Golf Classic tees off this Monday, April 23rd at the Blackthorn Club at the Ridges. The tournament begins with a shotgun start at 1 o'clock. All you have to do is call the number on your screen to register. So the question is, will there be golfing weather in our weekend?
And you know who we're going to ask?
Of course.
Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds. What do you think, Mark?
Hey, you know what? We are on tap for a gorgeous weekend. Plenty of sunshine both Saturday into part of Sunday. The clouds increasing, but temperatures going to be gorgeous.
Now, Storm
beautiful
11,
weather.
Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds.
All right, take a look. We're still looking at the part of cloudy skies now. We are looking at our general state of sky cam, Greene County, what you're looking at. And our current temperature right now, Tri-City Airport, 51 degrees. A north wind at 10 miles per hour. So still a bit chilly. Wind chills, believe it or not, still in the 40s if you consider wind chills when it's this warm. But it's definitely going to be a very cold night tonight. I do want to point out that our almanac, 67 a high, 46 our low temperature. And look at this. We have freeze warnings out area-wide. Not only are you going to see a freeze, but a frost as well. So you have time, get out, cover those plants. As we oftentimes say, use light coverings like pillowcases, light sheets. Don't use plastic because plastic has a tendency to burn your plants once that sun comes up in the morning. And again, that freeze and frost possibility tonight. May see that play out again tomorrow night, and then we finally begin to warm up just in time for your weekend. So freeze warning tonight, frost likely, and then there's that weekend warm up. But I do want to stress the fact, especially tomorrow night, we could find frost around again. Look at this Viper radar, very quiet. That's how it stays overnight. And pretty much now right into early Sunday. That's good news. We are drying out. Temperature in Nashville, 52. It is 79 degrees in Pensacola, Florida. Look at the coastal areas in the 80s this afternoon. Places like Savannah and Gainesville, both at 83. Buffalo, though, yeah, they're still stuck in the 30s there at 36 degrees. Chicago, though, warming up. And we are starting a warming trend starting tomorrow right through the weekend. Look at these readings in the 60s. A little roller coaster. We don't have the big dips as we've seen. That's good news. Our average, by the way, 69 for this time of the year. So for tonight, we're clearing the sky. We're going to turn cold, though. Your overnight lows near 30 when you wake up in the morning. But look at this. Tomorrow, beautiful sunny skies. This is 4 o'clock. Most of the Tennessee Valley in the 60s. There could be a few 70s out there. Atlanta at 80 degrees. And look at Saturday. Even better. Yes, we started on a chilly note. Saturday morning again, right around 33 to 35. But by the afternoon, we are warming it up to near 70 degrees. And then Sunday, a bit different. We'll see the clouds rolling in advance of our next system. This is going to be quite a system. I'm posting my weather blog in just a few little minutes here. We're going to watch low pressure coming into the southeast. This low is what we call a very stubborn low. It is going to dominate the southeast from late Sunday, you ready for this, into Thursday of next week, at least into Thursday. And that means the clouds and rain are back. But the good news is temperatures will stay mild. We'll see the rain coming in late Sunday, definitely starting off on a wet note on Monday. Here's a look at our forecast low tonight, though. We dip down to 30, a freeze warning in effect with frost, clear skies. Tomorrow's high temperature rebounding to 64, sunny skies. Look at our 7-day forecast. There is that area of low pressure coming at us, and that means rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The best rain chance will be Monday, and then again Wednesday into early Thursday. So enjoy the upcoming weekend, a dry, beautiful weekend. With rain, you get mud. I love this picture right here. And they say April showers bring that right there, mud.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. Don't you wish you could get away with that?
Well, that'd be great. Thanks to the Butlers for that.
Without the neighbors
shot.
laughing at you.
You want to have a chance to sing yours, send it to us. WJHL.com. Click the Pals Photo to Flash link. Upload your photo if we show it on the air. You are the whatever travel mug. Come to our station weekdays to pick that up. All right. It's Thursday.
Yes, it is.
Tales of Paul's Day. You know, there's so many animals. Some have been there quite a while.
Yeah.
Some of the older animals as well. Take a look at our Tales of Paul's today. We're going to open our Tales of Paul's today with this adorable little kitten. This is a female. Her name is Mal. She is beautiful. A little bit skittish because we have a dog sitting over here on the side. Look at her. She is beautiful, beautiful little paws, colorings on her. Going to make somebody a great pet. And Mal is up for adoption right now. Hey, I want to show you this cat here. Take a look at this guy. Almost the size of a dog. Look at this guy. He's a tabby. He's beautiful. He's talking to you right there. Obodo is his name. Look at him. He's adorable. Going to make somebody a great pet. We got to get Obodo out of the shelter and into a loving forever home today. Hey, if you are looking for a dog, how about this guy here? Look at this tri-colored hound. This is Oakley. Beautiful dog. Now, I have to tell you, he does not like cats at all. He's house trained, going to make somebody a great pet. He's an adorable dog here. A little bit nervous at times. Look at him. He's adorable. Oakley just wants to find that forever home today. All right, I want to close our Tales and Paws today with this big guy here. This is Dale. Look at him. He's a retriever mix. Absolutely beautiful. Now, this dog always likes to have other dogs companion with him when he goes out to walk, so he gets along good with all the dogs. Very laid back. He's 8 years old. Look at this guy. Love the face on him as well. Again, it's a bigger dog, so it could need a lot of love and care for this one. And Dale just wants out of the shelter today. He's up for adoption right now.
Dale.
I think we found Sarah a new dog.
I wonder if Thunder would like him.
Thunder and Dale.
Well, Dale likes Thunder already. Mark said he.
Yeah, Dale loves
needs a
all
buddy.
the dogs in there. Yeah, always walks with all of them at the shelter.
Okay.
And there's one that doesn't like cats. Remember that one? It's so much.
I don't know how well that'll go over at home, but I'll
Thanks, Mark.
try.
We appreciate
He's worth it. Yeah. Hey, you know what?
What's
you have the opportunity to win a free vacation. This is cool. News Channel 11 and ABC Tri-Cities are giving you the chance to win an all-expense-paid trip to the American Idol finale May 21st in Los Angeles.
Here we come, Ryan Seacrest. Watch out. One lucky winner. We're hoping from the Tri-Cities will get American Idol tickets, airfare, hotel, ground transfers, and $100. This contest ends April 26th. And you can register over on abctricities.com or swing by your Tri-Cities Honda dealership and enter there. We'll announce the winner live on the air Monday, April 30th. More news in a moment. Stay with us.
The street says over the last 5 years, he's worked to uphold the integrity of his office, adding to us, quote, I don't want anybody.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Check 1, 2. What do you
Put it
need?
inside the dress. On your dress.
Oh my dress. Well then,
Zip it up.
zip it up. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Check 1, 2.
We have a consumer alert tonight for salad lovers. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says to stay away from all chopped romaine lettuce. The CDC says an E. coli outbreak linked to chopped romaine has affected at least 53 people in the last month alone.
And the illnesses were reported in 16 states, most of them Idaho, Montana, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Symptoms of E. coli include severe stomach cramps, diarrhea, and vomiting. It can be life-threatening in some cases. The CDC says if you have any store-bought chopped romaine lettuce at home, including salads and salad mixes, don't eat it. The advice is to throw it away tonight.
Amazon has revealed what was previously a closely guarded secret.
Yeah, there are now more than 100 million shoppers signed up for Amazon Prime. The company's CEO, Jeff Bezos, made the announcement in a letter to shareholders this week. It's the first time he's publicly stated how many Prime members there are around the world. Amazon Prime was launched 13 years ago, and it's estimated Prime members typically spend twice as much as the non-Prime members. For $99 a year, Prime members get free 2-day shipping and other perks. Bezos said Amazon Prime shipped more than 5 billion items, and that was just last year. Well, the hot light at Krispy Kreme is on. The pastry chain's rolling out an all-new lemon glazed donut.
Yeah, the company opened voting to the public in January. I remember this. Fans picked lemon over choices like maple and blueberry. This limited release will be in participating shops next week, April 23rd through the 29th. That sounds good now.
Looks delicious.
Thanks for choosing News Channel 11 at 5:30. I'm Sarah Diamond.
I'm Josh Smith. We're pretty sure you're hungry now, but we invite you to stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds is in your corner with freeze warnings in his Storm Team 11 forecast coming up.
Plus, a local judge is accused of having a conflict of interest involving some area attorneys. A community watchdog reports straight ahead on News Channel 11 at 6. Bed rest today.
Hey, Yaz, is Jordan at the animal shelter? Is that where she is tonight? Okay, thanks. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sorry, Chase, he can't. Hi, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Here's a mic check for you. Mic check 1, 2.
Sure, somebody recently sent this ethics complaint to the state of Tennessee.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check out here in Johnson City. Check 1, 2.
Somebody sent this ethics complaint to the state of Tennessee, a local judge, and me. I'm Nate Morabito. Coming up in a live report at 6, I'll tell you why that judge is now making a change as a result.
Breaking news tonight at 6. Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam has just signed a bill into law prompted by a News Channel 11 community watchdog investigation.
You're watching News Channel 11 in your corner at 6.
The News Channel 11 Storm Team is in your corner monitoring below freezing temperatures for our region tonight. One day after the Tri-Cities enjoyed beautiful weather, temperatures close to 80 degrees. Once again, good evening. I'm Josh Smith.
And I'm Sarah Diamond. Although we are in mid-April, we just can't seem to shake these winter weather conditions. Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds is monitoring a freeze warning that's in effect tonight. Hi, Mark.
Hey there, guys, definitely watching that freeze warning tonight. Along with that, we're going to find areas of frost. So you have time now to get out and cover some of those plants, light material. And again, as we've been stressing throughout the day, don't use plastic. It has a tendency to burn your plants in the morning when the sun comes up. Take a look there, the freeze warnings. And yes, we're going to find frost as well. Low temperatures dipping anywhere from 30 to 32 degrees in the morning. We may see this play out again tomorrow night into Saturday morning. And after that, things are looking much better. Look at our readings now. 39 in Wise, 38 in Richlands. Very chilly air here over Virginia, 45 in Pikeville. On average, Tri-City is still around 50 degrees, 54 in Gatlinburg. Here's some great news. We are warming up through the weekend. 70 on Saturday, 68 on Sunday. The bad news, look at our little cool down, not because of a cold snap, but because of low pressure and rain coming in much of next week. We'll spell it out for you, give that entire storm team forecast coming up in just a few more minutes.
Mark, thank you. You can monitor conditions in your community by getting access to the Storm Team 11 interactive radar on WJHL.com. Just select the weather tab.
Breaking news tonight at 6, the Carter County Sheriff's Office identified the body of a man pulled from the Watauga River over the weekend. An autopsy identified the man as 35-year-old Bobby Mobley. Investigators said his mother reported him missing back in December. Deputies were called to the Watauga River Sunday after a group of boys who were fishing noticed a body in the water. Investigators are still working to determine Mobley's cause of death.
More breaking news at 6 tonight. Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam has signed a bill into law that was prompted by a News Channel 11 community watchdog investigation. School districts now must report every instance of paddling and the specific disability of the child involved. Our community watchdog investigation found more than 24 area schools in multiple districts that paddled kids with disabilities at a higher rate than their peers.
A criminal court judge is pledging to stop presiding over some cases after our community watchdog discovered the appearance of a conflict of interest.
Nate Morabito joins us live in front of the Carter County Courthouse tonight and explains it involves a rental property, 3 defense attorneys, and an ethics complaint.
Somebody recently sent this anonymous complaint to the Tennessee Board of Judicial Conduct. That person also sent a copy to Judge Stacy Street and me. It raises questions about this house Judge Stacy Street started renting to 3 defense attorneys earlier this year, lawyers who later represented clients in his courtroom.
The Honorable Judge Street presiding.
It's another busy day in Carter County Criminal Court.
This court finds that you've in fact violated your probation.
With Judge Stacy Street behind the bench.
And the court orders you to serve your 8-year sentence.
And plenty of lawyers ready to represent dozens of defendants. But unlike earlier this year, from now on, the judge says you won't find the names of these 3 attorneys on his docket. Judge Street, telling us he has nothing to hide, confirmed the 3 lawyers each pay him $500 a month to rent this house, within walking distance of his courtroom. The trio follows another defense attorney who previously rented from Judge Street here too, each listed in the judge's disclosure of interest forms required by law to be filed yearly with the Tennessee Ethics Commission. But those disclosures may not be enough.
We can do anything from dismissing the complaint to warning the judge not to do certain things, or we can even suspend a judge.
Judge Christopher Kraft is the chairman of the Tennessee Board of Judicial Conduct. While he can't talk specifically about a case or even confirm one exists, he told us generally the state's ethics rules prohibit judges from continuing business relationships with lawyers.
Judges are encouraged not to have financial dealings that might keep them from being able to be impartial on matters that come before them.
If you'll come over here and have a seat, they'll get you signed back up, and I wish you the best.
Judge Street says he previously told every attorney who's rented from him over the years he'd never appoint them to any cases in his courtroom. But until we started asking questions, he says he never thought allowing them to represent paying clients in his courtroom would cross the line. He wouldn't talk on camera for this story, but we spoke with him by phone multiple times. So you're saying nobody's gained any advantage from this business dealing. It's just the appearance of impropriety that could be an issue down the road. After we started asking questions, he quickly reached out to the Board of Judicial Conduct and learned the best way to resolve the perceived conflict of interest is to move all cases involving these attorneys to another judge's courtroom. Judge Street told us they're not going to appear in my courtroom again unless I sell that property. Judge Street says he's worked over the last 5 years he's been in office to uphold the integrity of the office, adding, quote, "I don't want anybody to think we're doing anything wrong," end quote. Before becoming judge, he says he received a waiver to rent the same house to the district attorney's office. He said this has never been a secret, and he added he only rents the house, which he bought about a dozen years ago because of its location, by request. Josh?
Nate Morabito live in Elizabethton tonight. Nate, thank you. Of the 215 complaints the Tennessee Board of Judicial Conduct has received so far this year, records show the board's dismissed all but 8 of them, handing out warnings with 3 of those dismissals, reprimanding 5 judges and taking other action against 3 judges.
Asheville, North Carolina's police chief said a man shot his girlfriend and her 5 children, killing the woman and 2 teenagers. Asheville Police Chief Tammy Hooper said Maurice Garner got into an argument with Erica Smith at her workplace, Mission Hospital. Investigators said late Wednesday night, Garner shot Smith at her home, killing her 15-year-old son and 13-year-old daughter. The police there in Asheville said Garner then turned the gun on himself. Well, in a race that's already seen its fair share of hostility, Washington County voters recently received another flyer in the mail targeting 2 mayoral candidates.
And this latest mailer was paid for by citizens to elect Joe Grandy. It targets his opponents David Tomita and Mark Ferguson, reading, quote, "Shame on you both for opposing our animal shelter." Jordan Moore is outside the shelter tonight. You spoke with the candidates targeted in the mailer. They told you they are not true.
Josh, Shara, here it is, the most recent mailer voters have received. You can see David Tomita's face as well as Mark Ferguson and their cell phone numbers front and center. Now, this is a mailer claiming that these 2 candidates weren't in support of this animal shelter being built. Take a good look at the front and the back of this political mailer. Live in Washington County, Tennessee? Well, there's a good chance you got one. In fact, when we arrived at Mark Ferguson's home Thursday, there was even a copy sitting on his kitchen table.
It's a total lie, folks. That's all I know how to put it. It's a total lie.
You may recognize his face as it's one of the 2 plastered on one side of the mailer, along with his cell phone number underneath.
I would never publish my opponent's cell phone number. I'm not that type person.
The message of this flyer, which was paid for by citizens to elect Joe Grandy, is that neither David Tomita nor Mark Ferguson supported the animal shelter, a shelter that opened its doors in 2015 after years of planning, funding, and voting.
I voted for the animal shelter. I made the motion in support of the animal shelter.
We did some digging and found what Ferguson is holding is a resolution from April 2012 that shows Ferguson and Tomita voted on a measure in favor of allowing more money to go to the new animal shelter.
It speaks for itself.
The other face pictured on this flyer is another candidate for Washington County Mayor, David Tomita.
I stand by my voting record.
While Tomita said there were some disagreements along the way when they were discussing the shelter,
I was never not supportive of it. I was not supportive of purchasing the property that it ultimately went on.
In the end,
voting yes for $350,000 worth of support from the county, and I was also on the city commission, voted yes to give $1.5 million to it.
Now, I've worked several times to get in touch today with Joe Grandy to discuss this mailer, a mailer that says right here at the bottom it was paid for by citizens to elect Joe Grandy. And Josh, Shara, tonight I'm still waiting to hear back. Reporting live in Johnson City, Jordan Moore, News Channel 11 in your corner.
The Republican-led Tennessee legislature has passed a bill aimed at requiring certain able-bodied TennCare recipients to spend 20 hours a week working, volunteering, or attending school. The Senate voted to pass the measure this afternoon. There was an attempt to pass an amendment that would have expanded TennCare. That's an often talked about topic in the General Assembly, to add about 200,000 more recipients to the rolls, but that was shot down. If the bill that was passed is signed into law, the bill would authorize TennCare to seek a waiver under President Trump's administration to allow state Medicaid work requirements in Tennessee. New at 6, good economic news for Tennessee tonight and some newly released numbers that reveal the unemployment rate remains near historic lows. The jobless rate for the month of March was 3.4%, holding steady from February's figures. Compare that to the unemployment rate back in 2010. Tennessee's unemployment rate then was more than double at 9.4%. Tennessee's statewide unemployment rate has remained below 4% since last May, hitting an all-time low of 3.3%. That was back in September.
As Tennessee leaders, medical professionals, and law enforcement continue to battle the state's opioid epidemic, a newly published report reveals pharmacy prescriptions are declining. The report, Medicine Use and Spending in the U.S., shows Tennesseans filled more than 6,700,000 opioid prescriptions last year. That's nearly a 9% drop from 2016. Compare that to figures 4 years ago, where the report showed prescriptions dropped more than 21% since the year 2013. A nationwide effort to decrease prescription drug abuse while helping people safely dispose of unused medications takes place later this month. More than 150 drug take-back events will be held across Tennessee Saturday, April 28th. And here's how it works. Gather any of your unused prescription medications and take them to a designated drop-off location. For a list of those locations, you can log on to our website, WJHL.com.
The president took to Twitter today. Now, that's not that unusual, but today he took to Twitter to discuss Tennessee politics. Who he endorsed next on News Channel 11 at 6.
Clear skies and a freeze in the forecast for tonight with frost, but we are warming up into the weekend. That storm team forecast is coming right up. Stay right there.
Former Tennessee head coach Philip Fulmer. Welcome.
Now, Storm Team 11 Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds.
We are still watching a few clouds across the region, especially parts of Virginia. Those clouds are drifting slowly southeastward. They will not last long, though. We're really going to see what we term as radiational cooling. We lose all the clouds. We lose the heat for the afternoon, and therefore we're looking at a very cold night, early morning as well. There's a look at our General Shell Skycam. Downtown Bristol, that's atop the Foundation Event Facility. Our current temperature 49 degrees, cooling down. That northeast wind at 14 miles per hour. And take a look. We'll show you North Johnson City, a different perspective. Look Look at this, just partly cloudy skies. Gorgeous out and about late this afternoon for some, and tomorrow all of us will see a beautiful day right into the weekend. That is definitely good news for the entire region. Look at our numbers for today as we first of all show you UVA-wise. A lot of clouds in place here. Temperatures have been stuck in the 30s much of the day. And when you take a look at Tri-City Airport this afternoon, you're saying, when did we hit 67, right? That was early in the morning. 46 our low temperature so far for the day. And there are your freeze warnings up for tonight. Not only a freeze, you're going to find a frost. So make sure you cover up those tender blooms that you want to protect. And as we look around the area for the next few days, that freeze and frost tonight, we're warming up for the weekend. And get ready. Looks like a rainy week next week, thanks to a wonderful area of low pressure, right? Well, it's going to slowly move up from the Gulf Coast and kind of sit across our region. That will keep things very unsettled Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday into your Thursday. Viper radar right now, quiet. That's how it stays through much of the weekend. 39 in Wise, 55 degrees in Knoxville. It is 43 in Boone and 36 in Bluefield. Look at the southeast in general. There's that cooler air down the spine of the Appalachian Mountains right into southwest Virginia. Charlotte, 63. Nashville, a bit cool at 51 degrees. Here's some good news. We're warming up right into the weekend. Look at those numbers, up to 70 for Saturday, 68 on Sunday. Monday with the rain showers, we'll see our high near 60 degrees. And that rain chance definitely increasing late Sunday night into Monday and much of next week. So we get rid of the area of low pressure tonight, and high pressure builds in nicely for your Friday, for your Saturday. Look at these readings, 60s on Friday. By Saturday, we're close to that 70-degree mark. And then you'll notice the clouds starting to stream in. Some of that moisture gets in here late Sunday night. We'll find a chance of scattered showers late Sunday. Otherwise, Sunday nights with highs in the upper 60s. Look how close the rain is. There's 6 o'clock Saturday morning. And as we go through the evening, you can see this area of low pressure starting to move through the south, and that's why our rain chances will increase. This low, by the way, slowly, and I mean slowly, meanders through the southeast into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. By Thursday, by the way, it is still influencing parts of New England. 30, our low tonight. Freeze warning in effect, clear skies with frost likely as well. Tomorrow, we're warming up back to 64 degrees. Here's our 7-day forecast. I think after tomorrow night, Saturday morning, we may be done with the freeze and frost for a while. That's good. Overnight lows, look at that, 40s to 50s, but what we're seeing is a pattern change thanks to low pressure. It is a stubborn low, and that brings rain each and every day starting Monday through Thursday of next week. There you go. Just
more
what
rain.
You want to hear, right?
But
One
the temperatures are getting better.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, though. 80 yesterday, in some areas today, only into 30s across southwest Virginia.
Gorgeous weekend.
Yeah, it's very
looking
nice.
forward to it.
Yep.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. Well, President Trump used Twitter to endorse a Tennessee candidate for United States Senate.
Right. This afternoon, the president tweeted his support for Republican U.S. Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn. She's running for the Republican nomination for the United States Senate. The president said Blackburn is a wonderful woman who has always been there when we have needed her. And the president tweeted he will come to Tennessee to campaign for Blackburn. She hopes to replace former Republican Bob Corker, or fellow Republican Bob Corker. He says he's going to become a former senator. He's not seeking re-election. Well, the Republican candidates for governor in Tennessee hit the campaign trail today, the day after 3 of them met for a debate last night in Memphis.
Yeah, questions centered around spending on infrastructure, in which the candidates pledged to push for money spending on roads and bridges in West Tennessee if they get elected. The candidates all agreed it's time to revisit the way the state determines funding for schools. And the candidates indicated they could support allowing teachers to be armed in school. Now, the broadcast aired on ABC Tri-Cities, but you can go back and watch the debate on our website, WJHL.com.
Kenny's here with sports preview and what he's got tonight.
Well, the Nashville Predators have moved to within 1 game away of moving into the second round of the playoffs. Plus, Philip Fulmer will be around a lot longer as athletic director for the University of Tennessee. I've got that story for you next in sports.
Hey, but first, News Channel 11 and ABC Tri-Cities are giving you the chance to win a free vacation, an all-expense-paid trip to the American Idol finale May 21st in Los Angeles.
Yeah, you can say we're sending you to Hollywood. The grand prize will include American Idol tickets. You'll also get airfare, hotel, ground transfers, and $100 as you jet to LA. The contest ends April 26th. You can register on abctricities.com or visit your local Tri-Cities Honda dealerships. We'll announce the winner Monday, April 30th.
Now, News Channel 11 Sports Director Kenny Hawkins.
Former Tennessee head coach Phillip Fulmer apparently likes his new title as athletic director because he plans to be around until at least 2021. This morning, Tennessee Chancellor Beverly Davenport announced the contract extension and annual pay raise to at least $900,000. The 67-year-old Fulmer replaced John Curry on December 1st during a tumultuous football coaching search.
This role is different for me probably than it would have been if it had been someplace else, because I know this place. I know the people. I know the culture. I know the decision makers, and have relationships all over the place from that standpoint. I really appreciate Chancellor Davenport and her support and encouragement in all of this. That's been great, because that's honestly been one of the things that we've missed here for some time is alignment and moving in the right direction. Every day we've got to get up to be the best that we can be, and they're buying in, and it's been fun to see it start. We're a long way from being where we want to be.
Predators looking to go up 3-1 in the series, heading into Game 4 last night against Colorado. Predators' Philip Forsberg takes the puck from his own blue line, gets around Duncan Seamus, and dangles for the goal. Forsberg with a highlight reel goal, 1-0 Predators. Austin Watson later deflects the Avalanche pass out of the zone, leads right to Craig Smith. Exiting the penalty box, he wires a wrister top shelf for the goal. Smith took advantage of the fortunate timing. Predators up 3-0. Predators hold on to win 3-2 and are now 1 win away from capturing the series.
They're not going to go anywhere. We're ready for that, and I mean, it's been 4 really hard-fought games so far, and we're looking forward for another one on Friday.
So we have a chance to finish the series and at home. So obviously that's something that it's in the back of your head, and I think we want to take advantage of that and have this opportunity. But it's a good team, so we gotta play a game like this.
And bad news, the NHL has suspended Nashville Predators forward Ryan Hartman for Game 5 against the Avalanche for an illegal check in last night's game, so he will not be able to play on Friday.
The greatest timing on that.
Yeah.
Candace, thanks.
Okay.
And we'll be right back.
Hard to frost and freeze in the morning, but we're warming down to the 60s. Look at the weekend. Dry for the most part. Sunday, a chance of rain very late, and then rain next week.
All right, that's going to do it for us tonight at 6.
CBS News next. More local news with Ann Carter at 7.
Oh, Curtis. Here's a mic check as Curtis trips in the studio.
One, two, three, four. Yeah.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic check. This is Curtis. Mic check.